not only innovative, it is essential for building resilient systems, accelerating the achievement of Sustainable Development Goals, that is well-known SDGs, and ensuring a livable planet for generations to come. To guide us through this exciting and critical dialogue, we are honored to have with us a visionary leader in the field, Professor Priyan Mendis, whose deep expertise and global perspective will undoubtedly illuminate the immense possibilities AI holds in designing a more sustainable future. It is my great pleasure and honor to introduce our esteemed speaker for today's Wisdom Forum, Professor Priyan Mendis. Professor Priyan Mendis is a distinguished academic and industry leader, currently serving as a professor in the Department of Infrastructure Engineering at University of Melbourne. He also holds prestigious position of director at the ARC Center for Advanced Manufacturing of Prefabricated Modular Housing, and leads the Advanced Protective Technology of Engineering Structures Group. In addition to these roles, he is the Deputy Director of the ARC Industry Transformation Research Hub, you call TREMS, an innovative initiative focusing on transforming reclaimed waste resource into engineered materials and solutions that drive the circular economy forward. Professor Mendis is globally recognized for his groundbreaking contributions in innovative construction technologies, particularly in prefabricated structures, tall building design, durability of concrete structures, and the use of advanced and waste-based materials construction. His expertise extends to the protective performance of structures, particularly under the impact of wind, earthquakes, fire, and blast loads. Before joining academia in early 1990s, he gained valuable experience as a consulting engineer, which has deeply enriched his research and teaching. He is a valued member of the Australian Standards Committee, BD2 and BD6, contributing into the national standards on concrete structures and loading protocols. Notably, he also served as a member of the ARC College of Experts from 2005 to 2017. Professor Mendis earned his PhD from Monash University, Australia, and has since been a key figure in advancing engineering practices both in Australia and internationally. We are also proud to recognize him as the founder chairman of the Green Building Council Sri Lanka, that is GBCSL, reflecting his deep commitment to sustainable development. He holds membership in several professional bodies, including the Institute of Engineers, the Concrete Institute of Australia, and American Concrete Institute. Please join me in welcoming Professor Priyan Mendis to deliver his insights at today's Wisdom Forum. Professor, floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Engineer Chandana Dalugoda, my very good friend, and just want to check whether my voice is coming clearly and the like video. Just want to just check that one.
It is perfect.
It's perfect. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And again, as I mentioned, it's a very kind introduction from my good friend, engineer Dalugoda. He said so many things about me, but what he has done to this country and to the building services area as a world expert, that knowledge that he has gained, he has delivered to this country is really international, global level knowledge, and so and done so many things. So I'm really privileged to have Engineer Dalugoda as the like the moderator. Also, I want to just thank the GBCL, the chairman, Architect Jayanta Pereira. As mentioned, he can't be here due to some unknowable reason, but also the manager, the managing director of the council, Mr. Lionel Nawagamua. That's very, in fact, very highly qualified staff. Chamodi, Dinushika is here, to many others in there in the building council. Takshila, I had to also acknowledge. So we have very highly qualified staff in Sri Lanka Green Building Council. So no, thank you to everyone inviting me to give this talk. It is in fact timely that we have this talk, and you will hear from someone else also at the end. But this is probably the first in the world to tackle AI in sustainability. I was in the Green Building Council sessions, especially Asia Pacific Network. There was World Green Building Council senior people in Singapore on the 7th. I was there, 7th, and it's really when I said there was slight discussion on what are the trends and all that. When I said Sri Lanka Green Building Council is organizing this talk on AI, they were very, very happy. And that also shows because there were reps from Asia Pacific region, also World Green Building Council strategic head was there. So she also said there's nothing has happened yet on this topic. So I think the Sri Lanka Green Building Council of Sri Lanka has to be congratulated, and really coming up with this particular topic and allowing me to talk about AI. AI is an area where I have been really had some focus as well. There are a few areas where I have focused net zero, obviously net zero concrete to net zero construction materials, construction techniques towards net zero sustainable construction, sustainable materials. That's a key focus of my group, and also other areas that on AI we have done certain things. Today, with this limited time, I will not be talking about all that work, but I'll lead into AI. Where are we going? AI is a revolution which we can't avoid now. So with AI happening, I want to there's a large audience here already, and I want to just start really with some introductions to AI rather than just jumping into topics. So you'll hear a lot more. I have to apologize for those who are already very familiar with AI because we have a broad audiences. So some of the audience just starting to know about AI. So let me really share my slides, and the thing will come up. Yes. So I'm just sharing my slides. I think I can get the full view. Let me get the full view of the slides. Get the full view. Yeah, get the full view of the slides. So, yeah, I think actually I had to kindly thank CEng staff. I'm joining from Sri Lanka, of course. where I'm visiting and for a short trip here. And I had to thank the civil and structural engineers for allowing me to use their boardroom to deliver this talk. So I always like to talk while standing, so they give me the opportunity to really to do it from the office, the boardroom there. So thank you very much. Engineer Tarundu is here, it's helping me as well. Thank you very much. So I'll just go to my slides. But before that, I want to just mention here that the topic that I have come up with today is on, of course, the Green Building Council invitation for me to talk about that topic, but also I will be mentioning AI in green buildings, a bit more focus on AI in green buildings, which is quite important. Also the sustainable future, where we are going. Again, thank you, Green Building Council. It's really basically introduction. Engineer Dalugoda gave a very good introduction. Talking about myself as a career, I worked on the first time using high-strength concrete in Australia. High-strength concrete is a sustainable product. And I'll talk about one example where later on how AI will improve what we do in concrete construction, which is a bit more closer to me. And also in fact, technically, also Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, the tallest in Australia, Eureka Tower. I was very fortunate to be part of, the teams there, but having my expert areas, and also coming a bit more closer to home, Lotus Tower, which I had from beginning to the end. I had some involvement. The other one, which I will briefly touch on today, is on the again on the right-hand side, the prefabricated construction. Now, I will come back and talk about that as well. But prefabricated construction is, again, it's a very good example of circular economy. And where we do, in fact, we do it in the factory. We construct the modules in the factory, and the factory, less waste, we can do quality, improve the quality. So it's a very sustainable product. And then we bring it to the construction site, construction time, which I'll have some comments later on, and where AI can really contribute in my examples. And then the prefabrication is a very good example where it's a circular economy because we can relocate it. Once we finish using, it can be dismantled, it can be removed and put it somewhere else. So it's a very good example of a renewable. It's really, again, a very good example of a circular economy. So I'll have some, it's closer to, again, my area, which I have led the Australian effort in that since 2015, that sort of work. And so I will have some examples there to illustrate that. So today I'm just planning this short talk, which I'm going to give today. I'll take about 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. Which outline of my talk is on the introduction, because I can't just jump into AI without telling you what is AI and types of AI. And then I will go to focus on AI for green buildings, and then how enhancing sustainability and efficiency, and also some examples of AI in green buildings, and including one or two things that I'm doing. I'm doing many things, but related to AI, but one or two examples today, which are really directly related to this topic. And I will talk about again, where we are going with AI in the next 5 years. It is a revolution. We all have to be there. Next 5 years, especially. It will happen ever, right, from now on. But next 5 years is very important because many things will happen within next 5 years. So there are a lot of people joining today. You are part of this AI revolution, and we are all part of it. And there are opportunities as well. It's not just the AI just coming in. People are worried that they will lose jobs in AI, but it's not the case at all. Those who are in these fields will have the judgment to make it sustainable. Computers can't do that. Computers can help. So computers will become like, AI will become like a tool, facilitator, which which we can call. It is not going to drive us, how we do everything like the every day. So that's why it's important to know AI, what they're very strong, and it will change what we are doing, everything we are doing next 5 years, especially. It will continue to do that. However, so that knowledge of AI is essential for anyone, any field. There doesn't have to be, you can be engineer, you can be architect, you can be in construction, you can be a banker, whatever field that you select, even media people, everyone will have had to have some knowledge of AI. So it's briefly describing what is AI, and just try to get to this part so you can see my screen better. Yeah, that's fine. So artificial intelligence, again, just because today's talk is not on just what is AI, all that, I can talk again for an hour or two on that. But today's talk on more of applications in the sustainability. So, but let's start at the beginnings. Artificial AI refers to any human-like intelligence, and that we are doing that. Computers are doing it, robo or other machines will. So it refers to this bringing together human intelligence and the artificial type of intelligence. Simple as that. I have not put the history there. One of the things that people got really excited about AI is one of the computers, actually computer beat the chess champion. Chess is, need lots of human brain knowledge, skills, everything to be the world's best chess player. And the computer beat that chess player. And everyone thought, no, if computer can do better than the human brain. So these sort of things also was helping to start thinking about AI. Now, I'll tell you about AI, where we can connect that. Everyone is connected to AI these days. I'll tell you how. So again, that it works like a human brain. Learning from examples and experience, past experience examples, we can learn that. It's quite important, and AI really brings all that together, and with that past experience examples, very nicely used to predict what's happening in the future, so, or day to day and the future. So simple as that really helps us to really again to really live our lives well. So again, the recognizing objects and understanding, responding to language, making decisions, solving problems. For example, like greeting a hotel guest or driving a car, AI will help in the future. And again, I hope they're not going to replace all those friendly staff who, when you go to a hotel, go and greet us and say, but I hope they're not going to replace all of them, like a robo coming and greeting us, welcome to a hotel. I don't think everyone likes it. I had that experience recently when I went to Korea a few weeks back. The robo came and really welcome me when I went to that hotel. I don't think that's the best way. And but then they said, no, we are just doing a trial. We're not going to completely replace all the workers. Driving a car, right? Autonomous cars are coming, and all that AI will drive us there. They'll drive our car as well as they try to try to drive us, but the humans can't be completely replaced. And when I give talks related to this on AI, but every time they ask question, will it be replaced? But that's not the case at all. Any field related to us, here, green build, to sustainability, all that, we will have that is not going to be completely replaced. Also, it will take time. When I say AI revolution is next 5 years, I don't know whether others say this, but I say this. I know a lot of things will happen, but again, it's a slow. It'll move, and with the help of advanced mathematical algorithms, today is not a talk on those things, but we have, our computers have changed. And when I started my career, started my schooling and went to uni, I went to uni here in Moderator Uni, but even that time, only my first year, the some of those things came up, some of the calculators and all that. Computers were like now we had to wait for 24 hours to get the output of a small computer output. That is to say 1 plus 2, what is 1 plus 2? I had to wait for 24 hours next day morning to put the card and wait until to get the answer from the computer. What I'm saying is it's a different now. As we know, everyone has access to powerful computers. And so let's not, so these devices have helped us to, these devices now can work similar to the human intelligence. So these are really some definitions which I will not take too long to explain. I got a lot of slides, so I move on. So there are we call artificial intelligence, and these are detail which you don't need to worry too much, but you can even read from some of these from the web these days. So again, I'm just saying this, you can use AI to learn about AI. You can use one of the ChatGPTs or DeepSeeks or whatever to really learn about AI. So you can really, you have tools better than Google Scholar these days. Sorry, Google Search. But Google Search is so important. But this is different type of anyway. As I said, ChatGPTs and the DeepSeeks and all that. Now with that, now we are very close to. I know we all have as I said, we all have AI. We had been having AI for a long time. We had the Apple. So if I say, I'm just using, I'm trying out here. If I say to Siri, hello Siri, hello Siri. Sorry, didn't want to respond now, but sometimes when I give a talk, when I give a lecture, Siri talks, shouts, stop, stop, stop now, that's enough. But that's okay. I don't think Siri will interrupt me now. But so anyway, we all have either Apple Siri or the Googles and all that even Samsung has, or others have, the Androids have another different, different tools. So anyway, next one is decision of strong AI. So an ability to think and make decisions just like humans. See where we are going now, general or strong AI. Then we are going to the super AI, which is really coming up now. So machines, the next 5 years or that will surpass human intelligence. I gave an example even before with the chess, winning the chess tournament, the computer. So this is going to a bit more super artificial intelligence. A lot of things will happen in that field where the computer's AI will drive, we go beyond the human brain. So let's not worry too much. Let's wait and see what happens. But we can even use that to our advantage. So artificial, then the last one is artificial general intelligence. That is again the hypothetical intelligence that so that's the ability to understand and any task that human being can do. So to understanding, so it is the artificial is called artificial general intelligence, and mostly watch for the third one where the AI will go beyond the human brain. So just to put this one, not to worry too much. Those who want to know a bit more, there are sometimes these terms come up. What is AI? AI is overall, and you may have heard the word machine learning. Machine learning is a subset of that. Deep learning is even a further subset. So I just put some definitions here. AI is ability to machine to intake intelligent human behavior. Going a bit beyond the AI is overall thing. Machine learning is so it's really the again application of AI, which allows a particular system, or in this case a machine or a computer system, to automatically learn and improve from experience. So past experience, machine learning is the one which have more and more applications. Then we get into a bit more to the deep learning side, and then we are usually application of these machine learning techniques that uses those computer algorithms and neural networks to train a model that's going a bit further to that. So I think we are basically in the AI sphere with all these things happening, but more of the machine learning applications. So again, coming towards a bit more towards our side, and get like just I can, as I said, talk about AI, general AI for hours, but also look for things like explainable AI to generative AI to many other things. But today I will not go deeper into all of that, and I take all my time trying to explain that. But so AI is really revolutionizing the design, that a revolution, as I mentioned, design, construction, and the operation of green buildings. And again, Engineer Dalugoda also mentioned this, making them more energy efficient, sustainable. Today, I will not go deep into any of that. And it's a cost effective. It's really making it cost effective. That really is very important us, because everything comes back to cost. So that cost effectiveness is very important. So by leveraging these AI powered systems, so we can optimize energy use and operational energy in this case. And as I said, Engineer Dalugoda expressed this sort of area, and reduce carbon footprints and materials to many other ways. Carbon is becoming the number that we have to really now attach to everything, construction to many other things. And in that one, to reduce and optimize the carbon, reduce the carbon footprint, AI will really help us in the future. And carbon, in another talk, I think I mentioned, but I mentioned with the AI, the carbon is like a currency now. We can become very rich by doing that. So knowing AI and linking all that really could be very much of opportunity for us. And improve the occupant comfort. We'll have healthy buildings. AI will help us to learn from the past mistakes, past experiences, and then make it more effective, and to have occupant comfortable buildings. That healthy buildings is a key for everything. So what is green buildings 2040? I didn't put 2050 here. We are the net zero. What will it look like? We don't know yet, but we can't wait until 2050. We were talking about 2030, but 2030 is too soon now. It's really coming up in 4 years, and we can't worry about it. So we need to really go beyond, and to say 2040 now, 30 is too soon. So let's consider some example. We are very briefly, I'm not going to go into detail. This area is more of more Engineer Dalugoda, be more qualified to talk about this area. But we have these IoT sensors to optimize real-time data. Now, that's something that my group is also doing. We are collecting data real-time, but we couldn't do that before. We had to wait to collect the data, but now a lot of things are real-time data. And the HVAC systems was mentioned by Engineer Dalugoda. Any questions? I think I'm sure he will answer. So AI adjusts temperature based on occupancy and weather forecast. So we can train the AI models to really pass experience and what's going on. We have some average temperatures this time of the year, that time of the year, all that. So especially very important for right now, where are the countries where the temperature changes a lot. And Sri Lanka, we are lucky, we are tropical, we don't change the temperatures too much during the day and the nights and all that. So with the lighting is another one. So we have to really have the motion detection, daylight harvesting. If you really like, you can really look at a bit more detail of each area. Renewable energy integration is very important. So we have at the moment a problem where we are producing solar, but again, we have some grid instability. We are putting solar power to a grid, but then grid becomes unstable. Wind comes in. So all that integration is and optimizing AI really helps to really learn from those models and train the models to really optimize the solar, wind sort of energy usage, and also the battery storage. We need the batteries. Batteries is a big one which is coming now. Yeah, if we don't store the solar energy, we can't do much. Like we just have to store them as well, because night times and many other problems with the solar. So we need to have the battery storage. Anyway, AI will optimize all that. This word predictive maintenance is quite important. So AI can predict some failures. And what happens if there are, so before they occur, this is going to be very strong. I think it's not developed too much yet, everything. And then we can have reduce the downtime, we can make some predictions from past experience and all that, and look for the problems in these systems and make sure they don't occur. And we'll see a lot in the future things happening. People are starting to really trial something with AI and the Internet of Things, IoT, that sort of things, but not yet fully developed. So third one, I put occupancy and space optimization. So again, there are certain areas AI can track that and adjust the lighting to be smart buildings, lighting, the heating, cooling in real time. And then depends on the time that we don't need to do all the changes. AI will do the changes because AI has learned from the past. AI will know that this time, this is the temperature. Let's go and do that. Also, there are some monitors which had to help. You can't just rely on past data. Real-time monitors, which really will, sensors, will also help to really to have that combination. So these sort of things, look for that in the future in the sustainability area. And again, the works space utilization, unnecessary energy consumption. We can, again, that we can reduce unnecessary energy consumptions. It will just track whether people are there, otherwise switch off the lights. It's there already in some way, but in even a better way. I know some toilet washrooms, when you go, only that the light starts operating. This sort of thing will become the norm. That is everything, everywhere will be like that. So AI really helps with that. Water conservation, I think that's another big area. AI-powered the water management systems, it will detect the leaks and again optimize the irrigation for green roofs. Green roofs are a key to get our sustainability and reduce the wastage. So other one is a carbon footprint reduction, and the AI analyzes energy consumption patterns and really suggests some efficiency improvements. As I said, what is learning from the past, data, train the models, and really help us with that carbon footprint reductions. And again, with the balancing, this is quite important because demand, balancing and demand and the supply is quite important. So it really, AI will support that to balance with the renewable supply and to really with what is required in the particular building at that time, where AI will help to really, from the past experiences, past data collections, when it's trained the model, it's very strong. It can predict many things. I will talk a bit more on the AI in building design and construction later on. Very briefly, I will talk about this. Is as I said, a brief talk today. Because we want to go to Q&A as well, where I'm sure there'll be questions. So what are the benefits of AI in green buildings? And this can be, lower energy cost, up to 30% savings, improved indoor air quality and comfort. I mentioned healthy buildings, and the AccP, we call it, is quite important that AI will help us to really improve the AccPs. And if there are any questions, I will explain a bit more detail of certain things are happening. I'm not doing that. One of my colleagues in our department is doing this sort of work, trying to use AI for that. And I'm familiar with some of that work, which although I'm not the expert, but I'm happy to mention if there are questions. And the operation waste, it's a big one. Waste reduction is really we have been wasting a lot of things. But now we are improving, but it's still a lot of waste around. So we can really use AI to really control the operational waste and even the collections of waste and so on. So AI will tell us we need to put more staff to go and go to this floor and collect the waste. In the apartment building is one of the worst situations where controlling the waste in apartment buildings. which is very common now, especially in Colombo and other city areas. But so we need to have that the AI for the reducing the operation waste. Also, the compliance with the green certifications. AI will tell us, us a bit more, which we're not completely replacing the human. Think like that. What we are doing now, a lot of human effort, manual efforts, that can be really, AI will do it for us, even for the green certifications. And our rating system actually can start including some AI as well, some recognition of AI. And it's not happened. We talked about in Singapore, as I mentioned, Green Star, Lead, Dobry, Morville, whatever, they have not done anything yet incorporating AI, but that will give us opportunities for the even Green Building Council of Sri Lanka, which are probably the first to do this in among Green Building Councils to this sort of topic. And we can even start looking at SL ratings. If anything we can incorporate now for the using AI, how AI will help with this compliance area. So enhance building lifespan and value. That's where I also do some work that is trying to improve the building life. We have been designing buildings for about 50 years before, but now the clients even telling us, want to be more longer buildings because this has got more value, business values. If a building can last for 100 years, it's got definitely a bit more value. So that is also AI will help us bringing a lot of knowledge from past knowledge to really train those models to make those predictions. So what are the challenges and future trends? And there are a lot of challenges. Data privacy and security are already affecting. You are saying this system is hacked, other system is hacked. We see here all the time. And the latest one is the Qantas, which I travel a lot as an airline from Australia. Now, they were hacked as well. Anyway, they had lots of data things which I hope will not affect all of us. But so data privacy and security is a key one, even when it comes to AI. And because those sensor data and all that will be a bit of a problem. And the high initial cost. And so AI integration requires some investment. And really, we need smart sensors. We need to, those who want to be a bit more technical, we know we have to the systems where we can incorporate some of the IoTs into those sensors, internet and all that, and then have some the real life monitoring and software. Software is becoming expensive, and again because of the use of the AI integrated software. Interoperability is a challenge that they work, different AI systems will be there, and whether it will work together with other systems. Many countries are developing AI systems, including Sri Lanka, of course, but whether they will all work together or whether it will become difficult for all of us that the different systems being used, not like now. So interoperability is a key word. You will see that. What are the future trends? So which I will have a couple of examples like that, where virtual get into green building society I'm talking about. So again, that real-time monitoring, I will explain what is a digital twin, and autonomous buildings, where all they will be fully regulated, like smart buildings to make it smarter. We don't need to do anything manually. The AI type of trained models will really do all that. So these are the future trends. And AI for circular economy, this is a bit closer to me, my research areas. Optimizing the material reuse in construction. We were throwing the materials, but now really, I'll give one example because I don't have time to talk about. We are using, we have developed a robo, which is really different type of plastics, which are waste plastics. There are, again, as a technically, I won't go into detail. There are different types of plastics, STP, LDP, the PET or whatever, PP, so many other. So that robo that we have developed, we're still in the lab, and there are other companies interested now with that robo, will really separate them. Very hard to separate the colors to type of plastics. So humans can make manually, people are doing manually, and make mistakes. Now what we are doing is we are really using AI to past train models, the past training, with the past training that we know this plastic is that, and so on. That AI really helps us to really feed into the robo. And I do acknowledge Dr. Kasun Chanaka's team here, like doing that work with actually I'm as the part of that team. So with the robo doing that. So these sort of examples are there. And we can optimize the material reuse in the construction. So I think I covered this before. One example of digital twin. Now, digital twin is take a site like this. So what we're doing is basically having a replica, having a same one, a twin, done in the computer. And that's really a big thing that AI has done it now. So on the side, we can monitor things and all that. And make it even sustainable, because less waste. We can reduce the waste. We can make it efficient. I'll talk about a couple of few slides later on design, like construction times. So we can optimize all that with these digital twins. Let's move quickly because I know the limited time. I think the video should work. I'll see whether. So that is the future where everything have a digital twin. There'll be a digital twin of ourselves, right? So at the moment, we call them avatars and many other names, but there'll be a digital twin really telling us, giving instructions to us. Now, this is a joke, but when the digital twin of ours will say, don't talk to this person, he's not your friend. And even so, these sort of things, I'm sure we'll get some instructions. Anyway, that's not probably won't happen like that, but it's more for the construction sites. It's again that you saw the digital twin being done, used for material supply, procurement, also in construction. So important, monitoring the supply, and also waste. So making less waste, and this will help us to do the construction very quickly and optimize that, which I'll have some slides if I have time. But so this digital twin is a big one to learn, will happen in the future. Everything we do, we have even our own house will have a digital twin, which really will the computer model, which really is easy for us to manage our office or the house and so on. Other one, this is something we are doing, my wider group, and that in this case we are doing, for example, in a construction site, with the safety, whether people wear it, and we are looking at waste. Here we can detect the behaviors. So AI will help us to see, this is through cameras vision, people will not spy on everyone, but this will monitor, the cameras will through AI monitor the behaviors of people and in the site, and then controlling waste and what are they doing, and there'll be how that's to improve the size, not to really spy on everyone what they're doing and all that, but to make sure the safety is maintained as well as the waste and other. So that really help us with our green building missions to really use this sort of work. That's some work we are doing, wider group. We have done something on digital twins where this is what a few years back we had a project where we did a digital twin and we tried to real building. And we can do a lot of things now on computers, but getting into the real world is the most difficult task. Getting into the real world, doing things like the construction monitoring and the In this case, there's the National ANU, the National University in Canberra, one of these buildings. So we were doing the full digital model, and once it's real and comparing that, that helps to during the construction to monitor things or that. And we had a lot of sensors and digital twin. Here you can see the real building and the digital twin. That digital twin really helps to improve that efficiencies, making it even a greener side as well. So these sort of things are digital twin is a tool that really you can look for in the future. There are many technologies where AI can be used. I'm not will not go through AI-enabled technologies, really, like starting from the building services to modeling for fire to 3D printing of concrete to construction modeling. The material side. There'll be many things. Will fire safety to many other things. Wind designs to AI will have all that. That really helps us with our sustainability side as well. So the digital twin I mentioned, design optimization, production operation is all about sustainability to make a sustainability products and buildings and all that. Lightweight, the low carbon materials, 3D printing I mentioned, the building performance. Finally, it's a performance and which matters, and including the greener side, of course, which is a key one as well. So one example, we are to thank the civil and structural engineers here to really, conducting this project, which I also helped, the sponsor in this project, which is AI in concrete mixed design. This was technical. There are a number of technical people joining as well in the construction side. So I've selected this example, which is closer to me also. AI will help to optimize material proportions, predicting the performance, reducing cost while ensuring sustainability. So some AI techniques in concrete mix design, I will not go into detail of how we do this. This more, I'll leave it to another time if necessary. Machine learning and deep learning type of techniques really predict the compressive strength. Workability is a key on site, how the concrete flows, durability, the sustainability, longer term, the durability. Based on the historical data, learning from the past, training the models, and again in the AI, sorry to go technical a bit more, we have a data set from past. One is called the test data, the training data. One is the training data, other one is the test data. So we need to divide the data. And that's why we need a lot of data to really have more accurate models. So with the prediction, then from the past data, we can predict the compressive strength if we know the mixers. That's what we are doing. We are collecting a lot of information through CEng. We have a lot of information already from different construction sites, key construction sites, what has been used before. That will help to really develop this AI model and predict what's happening, which is really so useful for the construction industry. And again, the one example is AI model trained on thousands of mixed designs can predict the 28-day strength. This is, I don't want to go too technical here because it's a wider audience, but 28-day strength with accuracy, the strength of some concrete member accurately. So what are the generative AIs? You can learn about all these generative AIs, and optimization are the key. So in this case, if you use a Gen AI, what is the best mix for cost? So we have to reduce the cost strength. We give a certain strength value and the carbon reduction value. This is what we want, and AI will predict what is the best mix. So this will take a bit of time anyway. We have to start doing these things now. We have started doing that, collecting past data and starting to train some models. There are some papers under my name also. We're doing a few more papers in this space. So AI can generate low carbon concrete mixers, obviously make it sustainable by optimizing the materials. That's the key, that AI application in the sustainability side. So what are the other benefits of AI in, let's say, in this example, cost reductions we talked about, performance predictions we talked about. I will not go into technical too much. If you like, you can read from the screen. But the sustainability, again, we mentioned this, optimize the lower cement content, Cement is a big polluter, as we know, and the carbon numbers, affecting the carbon numbers, making low carbon products moving towards net zero. So AI will play a key role in that. And we can adjust real time. That's a strength. So AI-powered sensors, the smart sensors, will adjust our mixers, in this case concrete mixers, dynamically while it's happening. That's a key for any area, not just this example, but at real time and able to really adjust the mixers. Very quick run on this one because I think I'm running out of time. AI in sustainable construction and design, that is again, that is a very much a key area, taking you through some examples. So how AI in architectural side as well, a bit more generative designs, we call it in gen designs in architecture, and which will touch us there. It will be very, if you're interested, I can even share some of the slides, but automation and efficiency, how does that do that? Bring the automation side, optimizing the designs, go from clockwise, anti-clockwise, design option generations. There are a few options it will generate. If there's a certain green building has to be designed, what are the design options? Concept, the visualization, visually showing that models, and that will support our sustainability. That is the key that AI will bring us in this design side. And accelerate the design process as well, make it even quicker, the design processes, and enhance the quality of the designs. And then, again, this is a detail which I don't need to really go into too much detail. In this case, the text to image is a big one. Those who are interested in AI will happen. When you give some text, it'll generate some images. That's what's happening now. We say, this is the building we want. We want this. We want this to be efficient. We want this area, this is the only way we can improve the sustainability, get into us green buildings in a big way. And we say text, we give the text saying we want the building to be like this, like that, and it will generate the images for us as well. So text to imaging is a key one that will happen in the next so many years. It's happening just now in some way, but it'll happen a bit more with the AI. So I mentioned already train on a large data. You need a reasonable data set for the AI to be training there, and then with the images, and I'll skip the deep learning and other things. So this is a key. Some case studies to run through quickly. There's a program called, if you're interested, Midjourney, which really being used now, like now here in CEng to many other places. The Midjourney will be used, especially architectural side. So it's a green building. This is an example of a green building. We say we want this to be created. We want this to be green. Give some instructions. This is what Midjourney comes up. Midjourney can do that up to a certain level. So that is very interesting, but learning, once you learn, it's not so difficult to learn also. That's where AI powered that, where AI gives these options for you. Why don't you go for this sort of building? We had to give instructions like how many stories, what's the area that you want, what sort of carbon numbers, reductions, what is the green rating we want. And at the moment, it can't do that, green rating. But in the future, as I said, these are things that even programs like Midjourney will like, I'm sure, improve. Let's go quickly. Some of the green aspects, these are generated from a Midjourney. Some examples from this CEng, the architects are doing these are the Midjourney. So also the origami. It's a module, as I mentioned. Module is a key to really for many things. Origami houses are very sustainable, as we know, coming from Japan first. But the origami people are doing work. There are some examples coming up in Sri Lanka as well of origami type of structures, very efficient, very green, sustainable type of structures. And Midjourney has generated these ones. Hotel interiors, you can do that, and even to make it, it's not integrated yet, operation energy type of optimizing systems to make it more greener. You can do that at this stage. There's more other things that is there in the Midjourney. It's complete. It's really evolving. I'll show another program This is another one, which is a company called Senoko have developed. So these examples are coming up now. So, so how the net zero future is powered by this. So it is really on the right hand side. You see the capabilities. In this case, carbon tracking, the circular materials dashboards, so net zero, site planners, the hubs, and the custom credit introduction, carbon credit integrations, all that. This detail, but this sort of software, you can look at that. You can send an email to there. It's one of the leading ones that I have seen already been developed, and uses some of the AI as well to do this work. And that's one of the screenshots. It's all visual. So these sort of things will help us, and AI will facilitate a lot of things. And these companies are incorporating AI already into some of their software. Quick blitz on construction optimization with AI. The optimization process involves the labor and time. We need to design for construction time. We need to make a site, especially construction. These are examples where that optimization we can do with AI that reduce the construction time. Learn from the past, train the models. Construction generates lots of data. So the green building side also, but construction time reduction means, in fact, we can reduce the carbon footprint. That's quite important. Not only the buildings lasting for a long time, but also the during construction we sometimes neglect. So anyway, don't worry about this slide too much. I just try to put some other. I want to thank my good friend Dr. Paolo Vessera, who developed this slide, but yeah, he is also doing some work. He's from architecture faculty, but he has some engineering background. But we do some work together in these things, trying to how to incorporate AI in some of those areas where we think will make it even a green and sustainable. I'll skip this one because it's too much. Some examples where the project construction management is also done by the CEng here. But so Sri Lanka is advanced like that in some of these, integrating all through the Revit models, resource allocations, optimizing the construction time, costing, and also carbon accounting, sustainability side, incorporating all that. The Green Studio in Revit does sort of integrating all that, and real time can monitor the cost, what's going to happen. I didn't want to spend time with the detail, but real time monitoring and integrating all that, where AI will also help to really learn from past data and train these models. So I mentioned offsite construction, which is very much a sustainable product, where we do it in the factory, bring it to the site, and some of these panels can be panels or the full houses, and place them there. So that's the offsite construction, which is really getting popular, and AI is used to really develop some of the designs, to also the automation of the processes, the construction processes, to even the placing them. Even AI-enabled cranes are really, will place them. So you don't need too many. There are driverless cranes now these days, remote, but they're still remotely operated. But the without crane drivers are there, but AI will even make it even more automated. You don't need even people to be involved, interfere. AI-generated cranes will really go and place them. So we have students doing a bit of work on what AI can do to really optimize and improve this. So this is definitely improving the sustainability side. So construction automation is a big one that you can keep an eye. I will not go into technical too much today. On-site 3D printing, we can do in the lab, but bringing the robots and all that to do it on site, that really make the more efficient and the processes, and they will be linked to the sustainability side anyway. I'll skip this one. So yeah, sorry, the AI will tell us leaving home and collecting tools, right? AI will give a lot of instructions. Even the collecting tools, AI will help us there. Traveling, these are future things. Traveling, the automated cars, all that arrive on the site, and even the performing the work. The robo will help us with more AI and all that to really performing this work efficiently, and then even leaving the site. So there'll be another human. Sorry, the robo will be there. AI generated robo will help us with all these day-to-day activities, and you will see many examples like that. So anyway, because of the time, I know we want some Q&A session as well. So I think I'll be concluding. I have a few slides, but I think leave it for the like the Q&A time. We want to do that. So just a summary: AI is a game changer for green buildings. It'll change how we do the green buildings, how we enable smarter, more sustainable urban developments. As the advancements of AI and the Internet of Things technologies, we are already using a lot of Internet smarter to do things smarter, but it'll even improve further with this incorporation of AI. And again, robots are AI will not completely take over our lives, but it'll be really like there'll be influence. So we have to look for that. And so green buildings, the way we do these green buildings, really AI will help. I'm sure in the future talks today is more of a brief one where we are going and where AI is. It'll be developing area, and we all be ready for the development. And I had someone who been assisting me will conclude this talk rather than me doing the talk. To conclude in the talk, I'll see what he can do today. And so again, thank you very much for listening. I'm sure in the Q&A time we'll do a bit more. Let's see what he can tell us. I'd like to take the final few minutes to thank the Green Building Council of Sri Lanka. And in this case, I'm representing the AI community for thinking about such an important topic. And AI is going to change the world, and it's a timely topic. And I think it's probably the first in the world on AI and sustainability. So congratulations, the council. Thank you. A number of people here, AccP Pereira, the chairman, also engineer Chandana Dalugoda, who was really moderating this session, Chandana Dalugoda and the team for facilitating this such a wonderful audience today we had. So I'm also enjoying my stay in Colombo, one of the most beautiful cities in the world, and the hospitality. I enjoy all that. So thank you again, and it's really, let's work together, create a sustainable future. And AI, that is like people like me, will be really important and will be helping to achieve that sustainability. Thank you very much again. So that's, I got one of my friends to do the final slide, thanking, so I didn't have to do that. But thank you very much. Over to you, Engineer Dalugoda.
Thank you very much, sir, for the insightful and thought-provoking presentation on artificial intelligence role in shaping the sustainable future. You have given a practical example also. Now we are a bit scared, although you said don't worry. Okay, fine. We will now move into the Q&A session, where we invite our audience to engage directly with Professor Mendis. If you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hand or drop them in the chat box, and we'll direct them accordingly. So you can directly engage with Professor if you have any questions, please.
While we are actually waiting for anyone who has questions, I think one is it's very early as well. Everyone actually, we are not sure, because I think where we are going, as you mentioned, just also that we don't know where we are going. So with some there'll be some certain examples will be developed. I only could talk only about one example, that what the work we are doing, it's really here in Sri Lanka as well. But there'll be, which is really, I think, very early for the world as well to be doing things, and will generate a lot of work, I'm sure, with some of the areas which building services, where, as I said, Engineer Dalugoda is best to talk. Even those areas, we will be having some developments using AI, and that really will drive us in the future. So, see, I haven't seen any questions yet, but we will, yeah. And with the other comments I want to make are really like, I think we are talking about the green rating systems and all that. We are present building, which is really, we can have a building with a certain rating, but if you want to improve the ratings, and from the past experience, taking lots of examples, or that the AI generator systems will tell us. I showed some software, one example, but there'll be some other companies also developing things. But with these systems, they'll tell us, how to get to the next level, the higher levels in the rating systems, and that way, early stages. And as I said, even the World Green Building Council saying that they haven't noticed much yet going on, but again, I'm putting the next 5 years too. So I think some of these examples you will have. So if anyone wants to talk about even AI, where any other questions, very happy to answer.
Hello, Professor.
Hello, Mr. Kumar.
Sir, I am really interested in your research and would love to explore during some with you in future. What is the best way to connect with you?
All right. Okay. So a good question. Thank you very much, Mr. Kumar. In fact, actually, if you send an email to the Green Building Council, the contact that was given, also the contacts on the website. But very happy to connect, and I can be directly connected through the GBCSL, which really, of course, I have very day-to-day sort of contact. So I'm very happy to connect with you, Mr. Kumar. I'm just asking, what is your area, which discipline you are in, which area?
Sir, my research area is low carbon cement.
Oh, that's directly with me.
Cement and concrete.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This really touches me. So again, actually, I had to say, because this is a good question you're asking now. With in my case, I'm even we will be having it's a very good area actually. You're also touching on I'm assuming you're joining from India, or you're from joining. Yeah, you must be joining.
Sir, I'm from India. Sir, I am from
Oh.
India. I recently completed my bachelor's in last year. I am interested to pursue master's or track PhD under your guidance.
Thank you. We'll have that conversation, and the GBCS is running this one, but you can also look at the web, my emails and all that. Happy to. I have a full. Actually, I have to say there's a quota, and I'm really full, but still I can make some arrangements where I get involved and when I get released. But you can apply for those things. But just really encouraging that. That you're joining from India, this sort of very important session organized by the Sri Lanka Council, but you're joining from India. Actually, in fact, I happen to be with the India Green Building Council group in Singapore. They're very good, friends, and they also mentioned haven't done much, but space. But coming back to more to your area, how that even the low carbon mixers that we are also doing some net zero mixers. Again, as I said, it's not today it's not too technical, but I'm happy to communicate with you on that. But what we are doing, and you must be doing have done some good work as well there. I know India, a lot of interest in the sustainable low carbon sort of cement type of products as well. And how we are using AI is actually, you saw the slide that I had on the AI, the in concrete type of slides, where we are trying to even use some past data to really improve some AI models to improve the predictions and also the some matching. So we have done, for example, like the high volume fly ash. There was a PhD student who did some work on high volume fly ash using different techniques. Now she's now writing a paper. Actually, we had done the paper, some recent work on how AI type of systems could improve the, first of all, matching the data, present data from the lab, and then that AI generated model will help us to do some predictions in the future. So there'll be a paper which you will, I'm happy to send you the draft, the paper also, even if necessarily how AI can be used. And there are different AI techniques, which I didn't go into detail at all, but those sort of papers will help to understand the systems, and so there be a lot of work will happen. And also I mentioned about what is happening in AI in that field is also there'll be some Python type of program generated algorithms that's in my wider group, which I communicate. They have done that work. One of the students, they have generated where we can ask this question, as I mentioned, what is the best mix for the to get a certain carbon rating. So these early stages of all that, but these sort of questions we will see a lot in the future. So and I think the low carbon area also, where you mentioned cement area, there'll be a lot of development has to happen. Very early stages still, and we will see a lot more work happening in the future. So you're on a good topic, Mr. Kumar. Thank you for asking that question.
So I have a little question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Ms. Dalugoda.
So I have a little question like, what is the potential of like generative AI, like ChatGPT, in research and creativity? What is going to be?
Yeah, that's a very good question, because thank you, Dalugoda, for that asking that question. Now, with so it's really at the moment, because what happened in the previously was, I think there could be some computer science. I'm not sure whether people joining this, but we had to really work very closely. We had to have in our team someone computer science person who knows how to write algorithms and everything, like not to be for us to do even simpler things in AI. When we started, my group would have started probably 5 years, or could be more than that, linking some of the AI work. Now we had that work with the computer science experts developing. But what has happened now with these generative AIs and like going a bit more further than even ChatGPTs, where we can ask questions and get some answers. But where we can even get a bit further with that Gen AI. And now that there are tools, and I know those who are interested would have MATLAB type of routines where it's automatically we can link some of the AI models clearly to really, and then compare and use. So to develop our own things, we can use those tools now. For example, like in the modeling and doing some, for example, like some software we use now, but even those days we didn't have Revit and all that building information modeling. Now we have all that. Similarly, Gen AI will become a really like because there are tools there. We can link to we can develop our own things. And one example I gave, we can use those tools now. So that's where the R&D side is going, developing some applications, but we have to have some enough data, past data, to really train those models and then test the models. So so that way I showed some Gen AI examples of some green buildings but to come up to that we need to really have a lot of input, trained data. So once we start collecting them, there'll be some tools. That's the one we have, I think I'm familiar, or that's probably the only one just now, the mid-journey in the architecture side. But again, that you may be even familiar with Dalugoda, any software in the building service side as well. But we can expect it to happen. For example, like in a talk I mentioned about in the fire side designing sprinklers, that we are incorporating the building code requirements, and to say the AI will tell us this particular building needs these sprinklers at certain locations, optimize that and certain areas. So again, I will not go into detail too much. Also, we are doing some work on passive fire protection and active fire protection sprinkler versus the passive fire protecting the structural members, like now bringing those two together. If you have sprinklers, you need all that passive fire protection structurally. So vice versa. So this sort of optimization we can use, some of the Gen AI type of tools, but that's the early stages. So I hope I answered that question, Engineer.
Thank you very much, sir. And there are some questions in the chat box. May I go through one? First one. AI is helping drive sustainability, but its own energy consumption, especially in data centers, is a growing concern. With Ireland and Netherlands becoming major data center hubs, how can we ensure AI technologies don't increase Europe's carbon footprint? Are there sustainable practice or regulation in place to address this?
Extremely good question, because data centers are having everywhere, and data centers right through. Now, again, I know not only Europe, but Australia, which I'm more familiar, is actually, in fact, data centers are coming up everywhere. And because AI, as good this was mentioned, could mention this, but a very good question that your data center, we need all these data center to really drive the AI and right now helping that, as I mentioned, AI revolution. So with that, again, the data center, that's a good point. Again, I'd like to have a comment from Engineer Dalugoda as well for this, because data centers, of course, needs lots of energy, but I know there are some R&D happening even in our university. Our computer science people are doing the green internet type of R&D. Two things I want to mention, how in that case the one group trying to have this green internet, reduce the energy consumptions for the internet, and because emails consume lots of energy, as we know. So it's a good question now. So there's some R&D been happening. I'll give the quickly answer. Other one is that there's a group working on human-computer interaction. So how humans can also intervene a bit and really help some of these, get involved with the AI type of, rather than just leaving it to a robot do that. So it's a good question, and I think the energy side there'll be some optimization done through the AI. I'm not sure whether Engineer Dalugoda, you want to add anything to that.
Well, now actually, there are some more questions coming in, so we'll quickly get into that. Yes, sir. This is another one from Harsh Tiwari. A common thing: can AI remove entrepreneur?
A good question, because it's entrepreneurship, which is quite important. It's very interesting question, because it's also, as an entrepreneur, will give more opportunities as well, because those who are starting now, I'm not just saying because just as an encouragement for so many who are joining here today, but it's I think learning AI and using AI systems will really, it will help. It's really helping some businesses to start businesses and have some ideas where those ones can be used. So it will, other way around, it's really will generate a new set of entrepreneurs, and the younger people are the best to really capitalize on that. I hope that I answered that question.
Yes, sir, I think. And then next one, well, Nilesh is asking, well, nothing to do with the session core, but after this webinar, how many days we get participation certificate? As a matter of fact, it will, within 2 weeks, we will be able to give you certificate, but please, there is, you have got attendance sheet. Please download that and sign it. That is a Google Sheet. Well, so next question. Sri Lanka is going through a serious economic crisis right now. In this situation, how can artificial intelligence help us build a greener, more energy efficient and affordable buildings for our communities? That is from Mr. Ashif Ahmed.
Very good question. Actually, it's with this sort of situation, not only Sri Lanka, the economic problems are everywhere. Even of course with developed countries, even so economic problems are there. But economic modeling, I'm not again that side. But only thing is I had some involvement, like some relationship with our business faculties and all that. So I know they are doing some work on the predictive modeling, where the economics, where this sort of, we can predict some of the crises like a bit more efficiently. I don't want to go back to like this is not nothing to do with politics, but what happened in the past for the Sri Lankan crisis and all that. But these sort of situations, AI should be able to predict a bit more accurately. It's just coming up and helping the policymakers to make some decisions, and that's there on that side. But at the same time, we talked about the AI again. That I had touched really very simple way of green buildings. How AI will help us to with green side, the green buildings, and because energy efficiency also, I think I mentioned briefly about the learning from the past, learning from the experience from the past. Once you have the AI models generated, for example, like this sort of situation, this is the for 5-story building, this is the data from past data and all that. So use that data to really even make it even improve the greener side of it and make it more energy efficient. I'm sure there'll be more talks. I'm sure these sort of individual topics, I think we need a bit more later on. You'll see all that happening. Affordable buildings or the housing is a key. It's really to have low cost housing, affordable housing. In that case, really some of the materials, the products, the AI can be used to optimize them. AI can be used to have, as I mentioned, one example, reuse materials. And once you give for a particular requirement, the performance requirement, and then AI will tell us, not it developed all this, AI can tell us if someone is brave to develop this, and they can tell us, like, this is what you require to have the cost, because you're already really giving some idea about the cost of the building, and then go back and say, use this material, use this product, use this the system to make it more affordable. So these sort of things, and even in the urban planning too, because of communities, and they're also linking AI. But what could be difficult one is the social side. Sometimes will be behavior and social side is very important to really appreciate and acknowledge. So AI won't be able to do everything there and take long time. But linking back to entrepreneurs, someone probably could come up with some AI developed tools which will help to help with that. So yeah, AI will have a role, but I have to say very early stages still of all that. We haven't done enough yet. Even I mentioned some of this work I'm doing with my group doing. So like that, I'm sure there are other groups also will try and do things. So Thank you, Engineer Dalugoda, for that.
Thank you very much. And next, there are a couple of questions are coming in. So there are plenty of questions now. Next one from Nilesh. What is the role of AI in commerce and management field?
Right. So, which is more closer to me is is more on the project management side, engineering management side, and again the project management. I mentioned one example which I couldn't really go in detail, where the project management, where the integration. That's a key one, which really from past data, to make it efficient, the integration of the cost with the taking decisions of again with the cost is one side, then also the planning side, the resource management, the managing people, managing supplies, and AI will help to really order. Let's say the ordering resources, and as I mentioned, also digital twin will be there to assist us in managing the whole whole site, and rather than just so to make it more efficient. So on the commerce side, it's more of more on the cost side, and the commerce side is really because you asked the question on commerce, but look at blockchain technologies and all that, how AI will be. A blockchain is not those who are familiar with Bitcoins and all that. That's sort of blockchain technologies. What we are trying to do is, one of my friends doing this, not me, trying to the cranes and crane operation on a site using AI to really using blockchain technologies to really improve the operation of the cranes and optimize. So yeah, a lot of things I can to look for in the future. It's a good question.
Next one, thank you very much. Next one, well, we all have to be cautious. Can AI hack our bank accounts and use that money for bad purpose?
Yeah. Again, I'm not the expert, but in that area, so I know it has happened. Yes, AI is dangerous as well sometimes. That's why I mentioned about privacy and security as basically a threat for us as well, where we need to be conscious. And where AI, if you see now, again, I look at other things as well. There are so many, there are a number of AI tools that have come to predict the stock market and what is the best stock to buy. And automatically doing that, we don't need to intervene. We put some money, and that I'll give an example. We put that money, and it'll tell us. It'll just buy the stocks for us. The AI, or that AI will help to buy the stocks, everything, and then put a lot of money in the bank account. So again, for those things, you need to give your bank account details and all that. There could be genuine, but there are some warnings as well. Joining some of those schemes, some people say they had made already a lot of money by the AI prediction, the stock market prediction side. But same time, there are some complaints as well of some once you get your bank accounts get exposed to these systems, and that there could be some interference on. So it is possible, yes. But you have to be careful. There will be some genuine. But I think the future, probably what will happen also is some of these, the ones will go away, where the hackers and all that, AI will generate systems of better privacy and protection systems for data and our own things. Then the bank accounts will get protected. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. That is the question from Tiwari. Well, next one is from Chirat Disaman. What is the role of AI when managing the cost modeling?
Yeah, so that is really like the cost optimization, where the cost means not just real cost now, where we really have the carbon cost as well. So the AI will really tell us again managing the cost, because we can say that one example I can give is on again a bit more closer to a construction site. We can say this is the cost we have. We have $1,000 to do this work, and AI just tell us what is the best way for us to move forward? What are the best resources? What are the how many people we should be putting to do this work? So this is sort of thing will help to. This one example where how to reduce the cost, where we could really use AI type of techniques. But it's again the still not developed at all. We are moving towards that. That's a short answer, Engineer Dalugoda.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Next one is Meliki Gedam. I think he's thanking you. Thank you so much, Professor Mendis, for your insightful lecture. It was amazing and added value for my future research interests. I hope I will work with you and contribute under your supervision.
Thank you very much for that very, very kind comment. And I think very much, yeah, it's good to, if you have to get in touch with me, very happy to talk to you a bit more. Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you. Next one is Sayuri Ratnayaka. Professor, as you mentioned, having historical data is essential for training AI models. However, in developing country like Sri Lanka, where digital infrastructure is still evolving, what would you suggest for getting a start? Like even corporate entities are facing challenges due to lack of readily available data, for instance, like climate data, is still quite limited. So what is your view on this?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a very, very good question, because I can give one example where, of course, the climate data, we don't have like everything, but there are some other countries have a bit more. One example which is really closer to me, I can give, where we were trying to use the wind data, the past wind data, to train a model and to really, so that we can make some predictions of future predictions, what's going to happen next few years, how much wind speeds that we could encounter. This sort of work, I know, as I've encouraged another university here, a student to do some work, a collection of data in that site. But we found very little data on the past data, the wind data and so on. So with that's one example where it's a good question, where whatever we have now, we have the ones, because you're just be a little bit technical. For example, I mentioned that, like, you can closer to me, that some concrete mixers, we have some paste where we do some work. The concrete, we have limited data on the past, like the concrete data of the how much aggregate we require, how much cement, all that. We have some past data. So this sort of data, whatever we have, we can train a model. So other one which is important is to really, it's a good question one way, because we had to really start collecting some data now. Because if you understand the AIs and start developing even a model with some limited data, we can add to that library. We can then have a larger database to be accurate. Yes, because as I said, you need to have a predictive models. You need to have you have to divide the data into two. What is some data we had to use to train the model, other data we had to use to test the model. So we are really even getting those two both are necessary to have a bit more accurate AI models. So good question. I think that's really will help us to really climate data. Now we have reasonable, I'm sure, a collection of, we are getting reasonable collection of data to even, I think that's something we can really encourage a bit more. So thank you, Engineer.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Professor. I think getting started from somewhere is better.
Sorry,
Without doing anything. No. Thank you for your answer. I think getting started from somewhere is better than nothing. So, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that is right. I think you're spot on. Yes, we start with even a small data set. Yes, exactly. And then we start collecting more data so that we can improve the models.
Thank you very much. There are so many questions coming in.
Yes, I think we may have to limit the numbers because.
Okay. Okay. We'll select important ones.
We select maybe. Yeah. Other questions. If there are questions, we can even any questions we can send it to the Green Building Council and
Okay.
I can answer through emails.
Okay. And just give me a second. There's a reminder again for you all. Please sign the attendance sheet. Just if I Subramaniam asking how can AI be helpful in reducing the waste produced in a rolling mill, rebars, brass melting, that kind of things, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I think it's a good question. Yeah, rolling mill is not an exception. We are to discard and improve certain, in this case, certain materials that you procure and taking it through, because it's a big problem. One is a contamination and of the material, and also sometimes the quality of the materials and overall quality of the materials. So learning from past data, I can just give one example where learning from past data, we can start getting some information on the rejections and the acceptances and rejections, that sort of thing, and where I started the procurement from processes, collect some data, then in the future to make decisions of how to procure the material from where, and then when to discard. I think that sort of thing is probably one example I can give, which definitely using that data set to start generating some AI models, and then add into that data set. I can clearly see some link to that. That's a short answer.
So there is another question. Very strange person. Well, Chamodi Panduavala, sir, in the field of water and environmental engineering, how can AI be utilized for efficient resource management and pollution control?
I know Chamodi is one of the people who are behind organizing this, so asking a very good question. And yeah, so the short answer, which I'm happy to talk to you, of course, a bit more detail. Some of this work happening, but very little happened in that one, where actually that simple message of past data, collection of past data. Now I know in the hydrology side there's some work even in our department that they're trying to use some of the AI for the predictions, to improve the predictions, and because hydrology models are quite important, as we know, the rainfall data, and really collecting those data and trying to be prepared for really someone to make some predictions from past experiences. And that's one where we could really use. And the pollution is of course the pollution coming out again. I'm sorry to use this all the time, but that words, but this using those, training the models where the different pollution could happen. I mentioned about indoor quality, but also the other types of pollution, in this case exhaust from really exhaust and all that, in this case gases and few other things. So we are again that collecting as much as possible the data. That's the key. And then we can really use the AI. We have the tools already, like AI models, which can be used and predict. You need a bit of work, but yeah, water and environment engineering could be one of the main ones which will benefit. Thank you, Chamodi, for answering that.
So there are so many, but I will select
there
one
are so many
question.
questions. So yeah, maybe one more question.
Yeah, but one last question from Patiratna. Still, most of the organizations in Sri Lanka are moving with traditional construction and design practices. As young engineers, where we can start this transformation and what we can do to change the mindset of other stakeholders?
That is a good question. One way, because again, that's the area where we are also doing some work. But again, how finally, because we are talking about AI also, the stakeholders will come, because there were the time when the cost rupee value or the dollar value was the criterion. But now, as I said, carbon has become carbon number has become a key criterion, going hand in hand, because of course we can't just ignore the cost as well, rupee cost, rupee or dollar cost, but same time. So in terms of carbon numbers, the carbon accounting, the carbon number is a key. Now, I gave one software, one example today of one of the companies doing, but so these sort of tools are quite important to really improve the processes. Also, now stakeholders themselves, the clients themselves, go and say we want to improve the performance, the green side, the carbon number, and even the Green Building Council. That's what even Green Building Council of Sri Lanka are doing. But people want green buildings now, because green buildings in the future will even have a bit more like value than just a building, and has to be so. I think we can really change. It's already changing, where the clients are understanding. Actually, 10 years back, they didn't want to know whether it's a green building. You don't need why we need to have a green building. Let's reduce the cost. That's all they were talking about. Now we know. I can tell one example is that where the clients and developers also attend, is where the workshops are now first starting in a project. Big project started. It's started by the environmental consultants. So really bringing that. So we can change the traditional construction design practices, and AI. Again, I'm linking here. AI will help those to take some environmental friendly decisions. So that's something to look for in the future. I'm sure there'll be many more seminars will be organized to really take some case studies and examples, but it is early stages, I can say that. Thank you, Engineer Dalugoda. I think we may have to stop there, but also I'm also have seen some of the comments, but thank you everyone who has basically saying very good things about today's talk as well. So really, I had to thank them as well. Thank you, Engineer Dalugoda.
As we come to the close of today's insightful session of Green Wisdom Forum, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you for your presence, attention, and engagement. We have delved into the fascinating and powerful intersection between artificial intelligence and sustainability, and how innovation, when guided by responsibility and purpose, can truly become a force of environmental transformation. A special note of gratitude goes to our distinguished speaker and panelists whose expertise and vision have illuminated and possibilities ahead, and to our moderator for steering today's discussion with such clarity and depth. Let us take forward the key message from today, that technology must serve not just growth, but green growth, and that the future we aim to build must be smart, inclusive, and sustainable. On behalf of the organizing team, thank you once again for being a part of this conversation. Let us continue to share knowledge, inspire action, and lead with purpose as we shape a sustainable future together. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you very much, Engineer Dalugoda as well, and also as a thank you again the Green Building, I think Rishi and the other staff here, and also actually amazing. We are actually in fact almost 30 minutes late, but still a lot of people stayed back with us, so which is a little bit unusual. So that audience, thank you very much for the audience who even stayed back until late, a lot more than what we told you. So no, thank you to Green Building Council of Sri Lanka, and also, as I said again, Engineer Dalugoda, my good friend, and actually you have also done so many things, and also the audience and the questions were also great questions. I'm sorry we couldn't answer some questions, but we'll have it in the future as well, these sort of sessions. Thank you very much.